In this video, I'm rolling with two blue belts, Nick and Max. Max just did a round on the channel. I thought Nick had a round, but I can't find it. So Nick is the first blue belt. He's probably a little bit lighter than me, but very muscular, like he goes to the gym a lot, big biceps, very strong. So strong that at one point I made a joke. I said, your one arm is stronger than my legs. Once he's able to add more technique to what he's trying to do, he's going to be more than a handful. He already is in some ways. So what I end up doing, this is one of my rolls from class, so we have 6 rounds in a row. I end up fending him off mostly, because I'm trying to use no effort, but it's hard when someone is that strong combined with being a blue belt. It's hard for me to just relax, but I'm trying. So there I tried to get the spider guard. He brought his elbow to his body, which is a good move. Could also bring that left knee up and knock my heel off. See, I regained it. If he brings his left knee up, he could knock my heel off and escape the spider guard. At one time, about 10 years ago, maybe more, 12 years ago, spider guard was being used a lot in tournaments, and we were still learning how to counter it. And I remember thinking, wow, it's so dangerous, because it's hard to get somebody's foot off your bicep once they have sleeve control, believe it or not. There's a lot of hand fighting there. I never really wanted to play this way, but as far as spider guard or lasso, but my teacher at Marcelo's, when I was at Marcelo Garcia Academy, he taught some of the classes, but I would say 70% of the classes that I took during the day were taught by Marcos Tinoco. He has his own channel on YouTube, Marcos Tinoco Big Os. He just won a tournament, Big Worlds or something. He's amazing, and he's a good instructor. So I learned, now I find myself when I play gi, playing spider guard, even playing spider guard and no gi. And these are things I never would have developed on my own and wasn't interested in developing. So here, as you could see, I give him a dilemma. So most of this round is that dilemma, but he doesn't want to engage. So the dilemma is to arm drag that left arm, or if he squares up, kimura the right arm, while I'm on my left side the way I am. So there he was able to escape his arm. Again, I would say more due to great strength, because I was behind his tricep, and it's really hard to come back from that. Also, he has my left leg trapped. I want to get that leg out and do things, but I can't at the moment. Eventually, he'll have to open his legs right there to do something. And as you can see, I'm starting to squirm and make space. But I don't want to get underhooked on that left side, especially by somebody that's, very strong. It's even easier for them to throw your leg over and pass. So here I'm looking for my butterfly hook, but he's backing off of it. He's trying to clear my hook. So he's doing a good job, the way he's thinking. Look, he's trying to get that underhooked. I'm looking for the choke, so I probably have his collar wrapped around his throat. Now I'm looking for maybe a choke, go-go plata combination. See, I'm trying to get my right butterfly hook in to create space, because he's got my left leg sucked in. See, I'm wiggling. Now, these are the differences in gi and no gi. In no gi, I would have probably slipped my leg out right away. In gi, my leg's stuck there until further notice. So here I'm pushing under his face to make space so I could pull the choke. So even though I'm on bottom here, you could see he's not in a advantageous position. I'm able to, if he brings his legs forward, I'll sweep him with the butterfly hook, so he's keeping them back, and that's leading to, I'm able to push his knee out, and now he becomes flat. And that's even worse, because now he loses his mobility. See, I'm not letting him grab my head. I'm risk fighting on the left side. I'm wrist deflecting. I just don't want his hand to come in the direction of my collar. You don't always have to grab somebody's arm and rip it back and forth. You could just guide it away from what he wants. Misdirection, yin-yang. So here I'm keeping my elbow in that position to be annoying. Whenever somebody drives forward with their face with no protection, you don't have to be polite, because what they're giving up is a big face opening for you to put your hand in. And if you were fighting in the street, a guy could stick his thumb in your eye. You never want to just dive in with your face unprotected. So that ended the round. He's a good guy. You're going to see him on the channel more often. Here I basically just told him that he'll be beating me in 3 to 6 months. He said my guard is impossible to pass, but it always seems like that early on. My guard doesn't seem impossible to pass to, some of the higher belts and an occasional lower belt. But as you can see, he's real stocky. So now I went and I fetched Max. Max he's a blue belt from another school where he got his blue belt and white tip, which I don't think I've seen that before. I guess I have. I don't know, it looks strange on his belt for some reason. So there he was asking me, what sleeve length should he have? And I said, you should always have it as short as possible. I mean, I don't do that personally, but idealistically, your sleeve length should be short, not long. Because if it's long, it's so easy to grab, and you could grab a lot of material. In some instances, people come in and their pants and arm length is so short that it's really not fair, So there he did a good job kicking off my foot. He has great balance. He doesn't accept the sweep. I would say his technique is very good for a blue belt. He's a good blue belt. Again, strong and young. See, there, I was able to get the tripod sweep, and he just, he made space and he started standing up. That's hard to do. So as you could see, what I'm thinking in these positions is just make sure I have 4 points of contact. And then react to what he does off of that. See, he tried the underscoop on my right leg, and I stuck it under his thigh. I put a hook. If he tries that underscoop pass, always stick your leg under his thigh. Then he can't underscoop, because he would be underscooping himself. So as you can see, he realizes that all these points of connection are going to make it impossible for him to pass. He has to break certain points of connection to open up something, right? I got my foot pushing on his hip. How's he going to pass with my foot pushing on his hip? There's another tripod sweep. I didn't get up to finish it, so it's not official. See, here I'm just coming in. Another tripod sweep. A variant. It depends which way he's leaning. See, I'm calmly grabbing his sleeve. I'm not breathing heavy. I'm trying to stay as relaxed as possible in a respectful manner. I don't want to be laying there like he's nothing. So I'm looking for a sweep, as always. I have a collar sleeve control. As you can see, that 2-on-1, it's not relying on the sleeve. It's a no-gi style grip. See, 2-on-1. he's got to give me something. So if he leans forward to try to grab my legs, then I'm going to attack the collar sleeve. If he steps in with one leg, then I'm going to go to De La Riva. See, he's trying to make his connections before I could make mine and pass, which is smart. Another tripod sweep. So there I gave him that little extra push because it's important for him to realize that even though he can stay in that low stance, if he has nothing behind him, it becomes a dead angle. A hard to hit dead angle, but a dead angle just the same. See, so he's trying to control my pant legs. Now what I would do different if I was him is go 2-on-1, control one leg with two hands. I say this in every video, and I tell everybody in class, and it's, for some reason, it's hard for people to accept that course of action. So there I have the spider guard. I wanted to sweep him to the right, pick up his leg. So I just keep switching back and forth to whatever is advantageous to that grip position. So here he made the mistake of stepping over, so I faked one way and then pushed him the other way. Now I ran to complete that sweep. He's laughing. But he doesn't accept the sweep. So I knew I had to close the gap and get on top, otherwise it would just be more of the same. So here I have my arm in between his legs. I have his arm. And I was looking to staple pass. He made space. Here I'm not out of breath, but I don't want to ever become out of breath. So if I could rest for 3 or 4 seconds in one position and just fend him off, I'm getting my breath back. It's not because I have great cardio that I can last, I don't know how long. You know, I've done 26-minute rounds. I think the longer the round, the better, because your partner is not going to be able to use his athleticism for 26 minutes. So eventually it'll become more about technique. Sometimes it becomes about technique right away. After you've done rolls like that for a while, you know you got to go for 26 minutes, so you're not just going to explode all over the place and know you got 25 minutes left. Another good exchange with Max. Now, if I wanted to turn it on, use a lot of effort, things would go differently. See there, I just did the ankle pick. A common tool in my arsenal, dare I say. See, I'm trying to reset from the same position. I notice a lot of people, they just start over because they went off the mat or off the camera. I want to start in the same position, but that ends the round. If you find value in my content, you want to help support the channel, I got a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, or you could just hit the X Marshall link. It's a lot of no-gi gear. Anything you buy through that link, if you use code Jits over 50, you get 15% off. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.